Hello everyone, Horror Classic Man 98 here, and I'm doing another top list. Now, there's always a formula for a horror film. Blood, guts, teenagers, a killer, and a location where people are at adult supervision. But there's always one chemical that they always forget in this formula. And that chemical is known as the jerk gene. Now I'm going to go through and look at all the butt munchers in this thing. In horror films, that is. So here is my top 5 list of the worst jerks in horror films. Enjoy.
Don't really care for chasing women, never was keen on booze. Don't take cocaine or Mary Jane, no, I get drunk on booze. Because you've got to love to be hated, find the good in being bad. Oh, the crowd is full of gentlemen, but they've paid to see the cad. Yes, it's a hoot, a kick, a gas, when you're the villain of the show. But once you wear black, you'll never go back. It's a high to be loathed.
Number 5. Yvonne, from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. Amazing how we start with one of the weakest Nightmare on Elm Street films for a number 5 spot, huh? For those of you that don't know the plot, it follows Alice, and played by the same actress, by the way, as her and her friends just graduated high school. And in a very messed up dream sequence, guess what? Freddy's rebirthed for the 5th time. Literally. Rebirthed. Again. But this isn't the reason why I hate it. No, this is based around one person on the reason why this is my least favorite. The one person would be this bitch. Besides that, all the other characters are fluent. They are okay in my book. But her... Let me put it this way. She doesn't believe in Freddy Krueger. So what? She doesn't believe for good reason. I mean, if you heard that someone was killing in your dreams, you'd be skeptical yourself. But that's not why she's on this list. This is not why I put her on this list. I put her on this list for a reason. That reason is because she keeps on putting her friends down. I mean, later on, this schmuck right here, the dude with the funny jacket and Weird Al hair, he believes in Freddy later on. And yet Yvonne, that's her name by the way, keeps on giving them the business and a lecture that Freddy isn't weird and isn't real and how they're going insane. But the fact that she mouths off to them, cussing them out, doesn't make her a frickin' skeptical woman. That makes her a stinking skeptical jerk, trying to push her beliefs into someone else's head. Now, I hate to say this, but for once, I actually hoped Freddy would kill her. I actually looked forward to her death, which he doesn't, by the way. Because the fact being that I could actually use this clip for once. No such luck. That's right, she lives. But when Yvonne falls asleep in the pool, Freddy comes to kill her, but unfortunately Alice comes to unfortunately save her. But the look on her face when she was about to get killed by Freddy, the sweet taste of satisfaction. I mean, she is petrified with fear right now. And oh, satisfactory. And just listen to what she says after this experience.
You alright? Oh, God, yeah. You're not crazy.
That's satisfactory at its best, baby.
Yes, it's a hoot, a kick, a gas, when you're the villain of the show. But once you wear black, you'll never go back. It's a high to be loathed.
Number 4. Elvis from Bubba Hotep. Okay. Before I get started. 1. I love this movie. I think it's a fantastic film ever. And 2. Wait till you hear this plot. Okay. So, in this movie, Elvis Presley has to team up with a black president, John F. Kennedy, to fight a cowboy mummy who steals people's souls by sucking them out of their butts. And the Academy Award goes to... Now, like I said, I love this movie, and for many reasons. One, the comedy is actually funny. Two, they play the horror straight. And three, it's a cowboy mummy! That's hilarious! But allow me to give you a reason why I put Elvis on this list. He's a lazy bum who keeps on making erection jokes. But anyway, this is one reason why I hate Elvis is because it won't stop with the boner jokes. I mean, it's just one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. Enough! We heard it so many times already. Not to mention he keeps on sassing his nurse. I mean, every time he talks to her, it's just, screw off, screw you, go screw yourself. I'm Elvis, treat me with respect. Shut up, you old geezer. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is a movie where Elvis Presley is still alive. The real Presley in the real 50s and then the 90s where he's an old geezer. How is this possible? Well, Elvis came across an Elvis impersonator and he decided to do a little switch with him to where the impersonator will be the real Elvis and Elvis will still be alive and away from the fame. But seriously, enough with this joke. I mean, think about it. Every single scene, I mean, you hear it once, Elvis can't get a boner. Second time, Elvis can't get a boner. Third time, Elvis can't get a boner. Fourth time, Elvis can't get a boner. Yeah, we heard it already. Knock it off. Fifth time, Elvis can't get a boner. Shut up! I mean, by God! Do we really care if Elvis can't get a little... We don't care if Elvis can't get wood. We don't care. But at least when he starts fighting the mummy with the black JFK, it actually gets a little more interesting and they actually knock off that joke. And that's why I put him on the list. Next one.
Yes, it's a hoot, a kick, a gas when you're the villain of the show. But once you wear black, you'll never go back. It's a high to be loathed.
Number 3. Reggie from Friday the 13th, Part 5, The New Beginning. Now, I only hate this character for one reason. For one, he's a dumbass! I swear, sometimes I think he's suicidal at some points. I mean, just look what happens when the Jason in this film finds him. Watch this. See that? Yeah. He just stands there. Why would you stand there when the killer's right in stinking front of you? No one would do that. Hightail it, kid. You have a chance. I mean, geez, someone must be depressed. Speaking of which, exactly why isn't Jason killing him when the kid is standing right there? I mean, geez, Jason, you don't just stand there and watch someone for about 30 seconds. Heck, an earthquake would go by and he wouldn't even know because he's staring at this kid. Plus, I swear, the kid's suicidal. And besides that, this character is pretty much pointless in this movie. There's no need to have this character in the film. Even without the kid, the movie would still go on as it should be. With the kid, you can barely tell the kid's even there half the time. You forget this character instantly. So that's my 2 cents. Moving on.
Yes, it's a hoot, a kick, a gas when you're the villain of the show. But once you wear black, you'll never go back. It's a high to be loathed.
Number 2. Now, don't chew me out, but I'm putting 2 on this one. For good reason. For good reason. You see, I think it should be 2 because it's in the same movie. And these characters are the psychosis doctor, and the blonde chick from Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. The reason why I hate the blonde chick is because she's a stubborn, arrogant, jealous, passive-aggressive bitch. And I swear to God, she's either the devil's daughter or the devil's wife. And the reason I hate the doctor is because he only cares about one thing, which is our main character's Tina's special gift of actually being able to move objects with her mind when she's angry. But there is some good news about this. Play it! That's right, both of these mother screwers get axed by Jay. And let me tell you, seeing these butt munchers get axed by Jason, no pun intended, is the best thing in the world. Especially this one. And I can watch her get killed over and over and over again. God bless media.
Yes, it's a hoot, a kick, a gas when you're the villain of the show. Once you wear black, you'll never go back. It's a high to be loathed.
And number one jerk in horror films is Joe Prescott from Scream 4. Where do I begin with this character? Well, she was a good character. But to be forewarned, there will be spoilers when I explain why I picked her for the number one jerk in horror films. Now that the warning's out of the way, let me explain. Now, she was a decent character, a very decent character. Now, here's where the spoilers come in, by the way. The reason why I hate her is because she was a good character up until we found out she was the killer. And her motivation, by God, how do I explain this? Well, for one, turns out she became the killer because she was really jealous of her cousin Sidney Prescott, who was the main character in the last 3 films. And I swear, when she's explaining her reason, she sounds like a spoiled brat bitch of a little girl. You know, that kind of little brat where you go in the candy store and it's like, I want this, I want that. And when it gets so obnoxious, you want to backside him upside the head. I apologize. But when she's explaining, she sounds like a 2-year-old who didn't get her candy. It's just so annoying and obnoxious. But like all the other ones, since she is the killer, there is an upside. God, I love using that clip. And that was my top 5 jerks in horror films. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time with another video.